What's going on? What's going on, family? Everybody come on in, man. Hey, I'm going to be brief. I just want to talk to the young people about how to start and grow a delivery business. Just to give you, small background, I'm what they call a small hustler. I mean, I've been in, little businesses for quite some time back, for the last 20 years, doing multi-level marketing, direct marketing, different things, anything that would, give me 1099 where I had control of my money. I never knocked at nobody having their hands in my pocket. After I learned about who FICA and MICA was, I ain't like them, you know what I'm saying? I ain't like all these damn people's hands in my pocket before I got my money. So once I discovered what 1099 was, I began to, build my life and, and the things that I get around that. So if it's something sold or if it was trending, I sold it. I built a type of business around it that would allow me to make money to take care of my family. A lot of those small little, what I call hustles, because once you learn, what I learned at in the early age, that is I wasn't a drug dealer, right? Okay. I have a short-term memory, little problem, but I got a queen that helps take care of that. But so I kept hiding the dope for myself. So I knew that I wasn't no drug dealer. I figured that out pretty quick. And so as a 19-year-old, I started, I did a home study course on small business and small business marketing. And so what I found out was all business was a hustle. So from then on, at a young age, I just hustled businesses. Things, if somebody was buying something, I figured out how I could get it and sell it to some people and make money as well. Fast forward, I went through some trials and tribulations after being a single dad for a long time. The baby mama came in, acted like she wanted to be a mother. Turns out after, hindsight 2020 that she, still didn't want to, even when I had them when they were younger. She, even when she got them back, nothing changed. But anyway, that's a, story for another day. But going through those trials and tribulations, not being able to be the father that I was able, I once was, and also, dealing with the pain and trauma of, losing my kids, of always being there, raising them, being a single dad, and then all of a sudden not having them. It was, I know women don't think that men, go through things when they lose their children, or going through things with y'all, about their children, like, we're just tough enough, but it's mentally, physically, and emotionally draining to have to deal with that about your children. But I digress. I started, my brother was a road car sales guy, car marketing, where we went on the road. So people that don't feel like going out. My apologies. Where we sold cars. We traveled around the country, going to dealerships. We were the best in the country, selling dreams, pretty much. A dealership would bring a team like us in, and we take over the dealership for a week, and send out some flyers. People come in thinking they won a prize, and I turn you won the prize into selling you a $20,000, $30,000 vehicle. So I was pretty good at it, and I did that for 9 years. But like anything else, things come to a halt. People wanted to start stealing, things of that nature. So I knew there was something else that I needed to get into. So on one of my home trips, my brother, it was right before the new year, my brother just got his W-2s in, and I was staying at his house before I went on my next trip, and he had made like $42,000, 50, almost $50,000 or something, you know what I'm saying, 48, something like that. I was like, damn, bro, you was getting it. What was you doing? So now I'm getting introduced to the 1099 delivery transportation business. So as I see that, I begin to dig in to the profitability, all the different things you might need to do to get into it, So I began to do my research because I'm a researcher. You know what I'm saying? You guys will find that out, while on this channel. I love to do research. I love reading. I love knowledge. I don't know what, Dummy said that, reading is for white people, or, reading is white, or, talking proper is white, or anything of those dumb natures that, goes by the codes of our community. But anyways, I began to research this lucrative business practice that they call delivery, or what is known as the last mile. Right, the last mile, where it gets from off the trucks, out of the warehouse, and to the consumer, or to the business. It's called the last mile. So as I begin to research it, I begin to say, okay, this is going to be a very, very lucrative business. In the process of me disengaging from the traveling business, a sales business that I had been a part of for the last 9 years, I started winding that down, and because I began to get sick all the time because of all the different people I meet, shaking all these people's hands and all these different things, but I couldn't figure out what was all going on. So in the process, I meet a young lady out of a Facebook group called Black Love Conscious Dating, plug Black Love Conscious Dating, where a lot of intelligent black queens, spiritual queens, are looking for kings of my caliber and my nature, who are real men, that stand on principles, who stand on character, who understands that it's okay for you to stand on principle, to stand on your word. Because in this world, the one thing us as a black man that we have is our word. And if you want to go into business, you got to be able to keep that. You got to understand on what it is to stand on that. Luckily, I grew up in what the so-called gang at the time, before it became a hot mess, as I would say. The Gangster Disciples, better known as the Growth and Development, where they taught us principles. They were principle oriented. It was about laws, principles, and you stood on those things. And if you didn't stand on those things, you found out very, very quickly that you probably should be standing on your laws and your principles. Let's just say that. So keeping your word in business is going to be very, very key. So after I found, meet this young lady, moved to Baltimore, and so in order for me to be there, I had to go back and do something I hadn't done in years. I had to take a W-2 job because I really was, feeling this young lady, this queen. And so, I did what I needed to do. But in that time, I found out that I had skin cancer. And that the skin cancer was a lot more progressed than previously, that I didn't know before. So I had to get a tumor cut out of my leg, go through chemo and radiation treatment. But that didn't kill the cancer. The cancer ran from my inside of my leg to my hip. Had a golf ball, not a golf ball, but a grapefruit size ball in my hip. They wanted to cut all my lymph nodes out to go get the tumor out of my hip, and pretty much crippled me at 44. The Infinite Spirit, the Heavenly One, the Almighty, sent me a queen, a real one, the one that I've been praying for, because I stood on principles when I was 19 years old, when the Infinite Spirit, the Almighty came to me and changed my life and gave me the path to follow. I told him that all I wanted for my reward of doing what it is that is called for me to do in this world was a queen. queen. You said that he that finds a wife finds a great thing, and the treasure thereof. I said, I want that treasure. And I was willing to go through all the fire, the pain, and all that, whatever it needed, I needed to do to get that treasure, to be able to find that treasure. And, so 20 years prior to that, this queen, Miss Key, and I went through a lot of trials, and I did it with a smile, and I came up with solutions, because that was the second thing I asked him that night, was that I told him that I wanted to be a solution man. I wanted to be a man about solutions, because if I had to go to my people with problems, all they do was laugh at me, because they need solutions. So I did that for 20 years for me, myself, and my 20 brothers and sisters, and all my nieces and nephews that were around me that I helped raise. So after they wanted to cut my tumor out and pretty much cripple me, I came home to my queen and I told her about it. And she's a nutritionist, and she had helped many women. I've seen testimonies of when she did it as a business and helped women lose weight, and all the pills and high blood pressures and breast cancer tumors that went away from these testimonies of these ladies that my queen had helped. So I took her word when she said, you got to do what I said. You got to be consistent. You're going to have to be consistent with what I give you. I took this healthy, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant smoothie. And now this is in April, y'all. By August, and my birthday, August 9th, shout out to the Leos. Right before my birthday, I had a PET scan. And that PET scan, that's the scans that they scan your whole body, and they can see the images from your inside out. That PET scan told them I had a clean bill of health. Now they put them up side by side, and one, I was lit up like a Christmas tree, and then the one on the next to was a clean bill of health. Within 5 months of me taking this smoothie every single day. So I said all that to say, once I got up, because the man in me, the king in me, the businessman in me, I couldn't do W-2. And I found a queen. The queen that I worked hard and I fought to stand on my principles and my character when I was celibate for 10 to 15 years. Because I was raising daughters and I needed to show them that this is what a man's supposed to be, because their mother was on the other side of being celibate, if you know what I mean. So I had to be staunch in my principles, stern in my character, and righteous, and with giving them understanding, so they can understand that when you use the knowledge that I'm giving you, you will have that wisdom. So the man in me, the king in me, had to get up and reward this woman, this queen. Because there ain't many people that can outwork me. There ain't many people that can outthink me. Because I'm a think my way. There's a book that I listen to every single day before I started this business, and that's one of the things we'll get into. The greatest secret ever told. The greatest secret. And the first things that it says is Earl Schweitzer, a great reporter at the time, Nobel Peace Prize winner. He said, what's wrong with men today? Same thing wrong with them today. What's wrong with men today? He asked. He took a moment and he paused. He says, men simply don't think. Say that one more time. Men simply don't think. if men is supposed to be logical and our women are the emotional, if you have an emotional man that can't think, you get the product that we see today. Men don't think because they don't have the knowledge, especially us as black men. After school was out, or some of us even went to school, that's all the knowledge that you got. Just because you was out of school don't mean that you stopped the knowledge. I flunked out of many grades, got my GED, but I never stopped learning. I'm a well self-taught man. I know a lot of things I know a lot about a lot of things. So it's up to you on what you spend your time on to get the knowledge that you need to go forth on what you are trying to pursue. So that's why he said, men simply don't think. I listen to that book every single day. When I got up and I said, man, I got to do something, because I knew that I picked up the idea that I had right before I met that queen, and I began to work on Quick Dash to You LLC. Actually, Basu Investment Group, BIG. But we're talking about the delivery business. So, Quick Dash to You LLC was born 7/29/2020 in the middle of a pandemic. One of the first things you must do is you must define your purpose. Because if you don't define your purpose and your why, then you might well not even start and waste your money on doing any kind of business. So the first things you must do is define your why. You must define your why. Because issues, problems, and things that you're going to have to overcome will come up and try to steal your dream or your vision that you have for your business. So defining your why and your reason and your purpose is the first thing. Second, find out what you are good at. Right? What part of the transportation business are you good at? Are you good in delivering things? Are you good at being on time? Or find out what your niche could be. Because transportation, delivery, courier, those all mean different things in this industry. Like, the transportation means more of your box truck, semi, some Sprinter van, but transportation really means your semis and your box trucks. Your delivery, when you're talking about delivery business, you're talking about last mile, second mile, which would be from the truck to the warehouses. That'll be your last mile. Courier service is more like where people get like law papers delivered or specimens delivered. That'll be more like your courier service, more like your same day, right now type of service. So you want to find out what your niche is in this business that you want to go after. Me, I started, we have a trucking authority, and then luckily that I did, because the type of contract that we signed, I needed to have all my trucking authority, truck insurance, workers' compensation insurance. That's the one thing about business, man. Insurance will kill you. That's going to be the most expensive things of everything you pay is going to be insurance. All right. So once you got your why and your why together for your purpose, then you have what your niche or what it is that you're going to do in this business. Then you must go and find out your structure of your business. How are you going to structure your business? Do you want to be a C corporation, a LLC, a S corp? You do not want to be sole proprietor. You don't want to work on your own Social Security number. All right. You want to get your own LLC to have its own EIN number, LLC or a C corp. And the difference is the C corp is going to allow you to be what they call, so you can get an understanding, Walt Disney. Walt Disney owned ESPN, all the Marvel franchise. They own that. They just own a bunch of different things. C corporations allow you to buy other C corps and have LLCs under one C corp. LLCs, you can have a single person like LLC, or you can have what they call a corporation LLC, which would be set up just like a regular corporation with a president, CEO, board, the whole 9 yards. That's what we are as Quick-2U LLC. So once you have your why for your purpose on being in business, then you have the type of business, the type of delivery business you want to be. Third, you want to find out, what your structure is in the business that you want to be, and what structure is going to best suit you if you want to grow and you feel like you're going to buy other transportation companies. There's other companies that you're going to, put up under your corporation. Then you want to buy your C corp. You want to get a C corp, and then put your delivery business underneath your C corp. So that way you have double protection of liability, because your C corp give you some protection, and also your limited liability. So your limited liability will be owned by your C corp. So once you have those in place, then you can go out and do the fifth thing. So once you have all your ducks in a row, you're gonna have to find out what type of insurances that you're gonna need, because this is another big hurdle that you have to overcome in business, is having a ton of insurance to pay for. It eats up a lot of profit, monthly. You're coming out of pocket for a lot of that stuff now, to go along with your employees' pay, the rent, the building, electric, all the other taxes, the tax on the income. So being in business is, very rewarding, but it is very, very trying. That's why only a very, very small percentage are making past 5 years. That's why I'm telling you to get these things in order. Because if you have your why, then nothing can stop you. And if you got that nothing can stop you attitude, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? The only people that get stopped or get frustrated is the people who don't want to learn, who don't want to get better, who don't want to diversify if need be, and those who can't change. Okay? Because if you can't change, you can't pivot. You could be like Ford, that took them 20, 30 years before they started making different cars. You made the Ford T till they couldn't fall off no more. When other car companies they got in the business and started passing them up. So sometimes you can stay with something, too long. When sometimes you need a little bit of change. So after you have those things in place, now you want to be able to go out, after you have your insurances, go out and solicit contracts. All right. Now, most people in business and in this delivery business go out and get the contracts to where you're doing the work. Yeah, I'm out doing, deliveries right now, but I have 10 drivers in 3 states. Okay? So you want to go out and get contracts with companies that said that they offer, you basically help them with their overflow. What they offer, what they call subcontractors. If you can be a subcontractor under them, and they offer you different opportunities for you to help grow your delivery business. They're putting the advertisements such as come build your delivery business. That means that company has a lot of overflow that they can offer you, and then you can get you some drivers and pay your drivers. The point is to work smarter and not harder. So now, I'm gonna leave for more information on another day. But this is, a shorter version of how to start and grow a delivery business. Now, once you acquire the contracts, then you can be able to go out and start hiring drivers and start building your delivery business. Now, this is Think and Grow Big TV. I'm your boy, Brother D. Basu, Brothers and Sisters United. It's time for us to unite. It's time for us to stand as one. Because if we don't stand, they're going to make us fall. All fall. We all fall down. So let's wake up out of Mr. Rogers' world. Get into the real life. Real life, though. Get into the real life. Let's make things happen, because each one can teach one when we grow one. We can't grow, we can't teach one unless we live in it. So live righteous, stand on your morals and your principles, and always continue to grow and develop. I'm your boy, Brother D. Basu. Big